Hey guys, welcome back to Tekkit and another tutorial. And this time we're going to have a look at another EMC generator. So I showed you the cobblestone generator, I showed you the milking machine, and they're pretty cool. And there's another one that I quite like. It's sort of a bit less laggy, I guess, on multiplayer, so that's good. It does produce less EMC than the milk one. Although it might actually not. It's pretty close, I think. So what are you going to need? Well, you're going to need a filter, a transposer. I'm going to assume that you know how to make these. If you don't, just look them up. Even in Tekkit itself, you can just search them and then click R on any block and it'll show you how to make it. So I'll leave that all up to you. So we're going to need a deployer, a transposer and a filter. Then we're going to need 2 energy condensers, a screwdriver, of course, some grass blocks or just dirt and let the grass grow by itself. You'll just have to wait a little bit. Some bone meal to get started and any other building materials, stone, or you can use dirt for that as well, doesn't matter. And some redstone tubes. And apart from that, we're going to need a timer and some alloy wire, some jacketed wire. You don't need it, you can hook it up with normal redstone, but it just makes it a bit nicer. So what's the sort of, why does it work? Well, when you right click on grass with your bone meal, you create this. But when you do it in a completely dark room, so absolutely completely dark, these won't actually grow. So instantly they'll pop and they'll get destroyed. And grass can sometimes drop seeds, and these flowers will drop flowers. And these flowers will be sucked up by us into the condenser, and we make it into bone meal again so that we can automatically make more flowers. And all the excess sort of waste goes into another condenser, a second one, and that can make anything you want, so diamonds for example, or dark matter, anything. And it works surprisingly well. Like when I first heard of it, I was like, that sounds very boring, very slow, but it's actually not. So let's get started. So there's a deployer. We want this deployer to put bone meal. Now the other trick is that you can actually click on a grass block, and I'll actually show you that as well. It's easier. So let's do that. With some bone meal from the bottom. Whoa, what happened? That's weird. So if I right click on this from the bottom, it'll still make flowers on the top. So that's sort of what we use here. So this deployer is gonna use the bone meal it has inside of it on this block, and it'll create a flower on top of it. Now to make it a bit more efficient, we can go 3 by 3 like that, and I believe you can even go 4 by 4, but it just doesn't look as nice, so that's why we go for this. And then we just make sure that there's no light coming in, because that's absolutely crucial, like that, and the top as well. So you only need a 1 block hole here, like that. And then in the middle, we put our, let's deploy our transposer. Now the transposer picks up anything from the floor. So it's like a vacuum cleaner really. So when it gets a pulse, it picks up anything and it spews it out of this hole into a redstone tube, or you can use obsidian pipes, anything really. So yeah. Then once it pulls out all the flowers and the seeds, we want it to go into a condenser. So we're just going to do that like that, and put a first condenser here and a second condenser there. So it'll first try to put it in this condenser, and this condenser will be making bone meal for us. So once this is full, and that will take a while, or you can just fill it with some diamonds first or anything just to speed up the process so you can see the results faster. So once this gets full, it'll put all the flowers in this one, and this one will be making, well, you know, we can let it make anything, but let's do something. Let's let it make, I don't know, what is interesting to make. Well, these are all strips, you can't actually make anything of that. So let's have it make stone axes, because why not? So that'll go really fast because they're very, very cheap, but that's okay. So all the bone meal that we make in here, we want to be put into this deployer. so that the deployer can use it again and make more flowers, etc. So for that we use a filter, and that's going to be a little bit of a pain to set up, but that should work. And in this filter we want to get one bone meal out, and just tell the filter that it only has to take out bone meal, nothing else, because the flowers that go in here, they of course have to stay in there. So we'll just hook that up like that. So this filter will feed bone meal back into there. The bone meal will be made into flowers by the deployer on this dirt here, but because there's no light, the flowers will break straight away. Transposer will pick them up, drop them in the condenser, and that's pretty much the whole thing. Very, very simple. So now we just have to hook it up so that it actually works. So let's use some a timer now. And do I have some jacketed wires? Nope. So I would just recommend using a jacketed wire, so it just looks better. That's the only reason. Pumpkin, no, let's not do that. Let's use a stone jacketed wire. So we can put, maybe we can put the timer here. Put a jacketed wire on that so that that's connected to the timer. So now you can already see it's putting thing in there, and it's already putting the the bone meal into the deployer. The deployer is already doing it, even though we can't see it, but the transposer is not getting any power yet. So we can just hook that up with some jacketed wire as well, and there we go, flowers coming out. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And as you can see, it's making it into bone meal. Now you can set it faster. I wouldn't set it too fast. 0.5 is really the fastest, but even that I would recommend usually go for 0.7 if you're on a multiplayer server. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of flowers and seeds coming out of that. And this will just keep making bone meal, so it's slowly, going up. And to speed the initial process up, just so you can see that it actually works, we can actually dump a condenser in there. Plonk, another one. But because bone meal is worth quite a bit, it just needs to fill up. So if you go away for an hour or two, this will be full, and then you can actually start making diamonds. But because we don't have that amount of time now, so we're just gonna put some black matter in there. Maybe not. Maybe just some diamonds so we can control it better. Yeah, diamond blocks. That sounds good. But look at that. That's pretty fast, isn't it? So let's do that. There we go. So this is full now, and all the excess flowers will go in there, and sometimes you'll still see a flower coming in here when this pile will empty, but because there's so much EMC in there, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So okay. This is full because of the axes. Let's put a diamond block in there, that'll go better. There we go. Now it's going again. So you can see the deployer is getting bone meal instead of using it straight away. And the filter is getting all the bone meal out, as you can see through the pipe here. And this transposer is just getting all the flowers out. Easy. It's really very easy to make. It'll take you 2 seconds to make. You just have to wait a long time before all this bone meal is used up. But that's okay. And it's making diamonds, and it's actually making it quite fast. This is one of the fastest ones out there. Let's get some diamond. Let's put a proper diamond in there instead of a diamond block. You can see how fast that goes once it's fully operational, which takes a while. Let's make a day again. But this is way faster than any sort of cobblestone generator. And the cool thing about this is it's quite easy to extend. It's even easy to extend sort of in a cheeky way, where yes, you could start building again like another 5x5 just alongside of it or on top of it, but you can even take this part off and just make 2 rooms or 3 rooms into one. It just saves you 1 space. It makes it a little bit less effective, but it still works pretty well. So yeah, that's sort of a basic darkroom generator. Very simple, very small, very elegant, almost lag free. It's much better than these milk generators where you have hundreds of buckets going through the system at any sort of point in time, which I turn it off now because it's just too much, but I'll just turn it on for a sec. Let's put this on the same, which was a 0.5 I did. You can see how many buckets will have to be running at the same time in order to make it, work at optimal value. It's just a lot of lag for multiplayer servers, just making everyone doing that. Whilst here you really only have one bone meal at a time and a couple of flowers in here, and that's really all you have. So it's pretty much 4 times more efficient in lag wise anyways. Yeah, that's diamonds. Already made another diamond for us. Almost done for the next one as well. Once this is full, it'll stay full forever because these flowers are worth way more than bone meal. So yeah, pretty cool. So that's a simple dark room, and I like this design the best just because it just looks very clean, it just looks so insanely clean because all you can see is sort of this pipe coming out, and it looks cool as well with all these collars and flowers. And you can easily hide all of this. You can put a timer under here to make it a bit better, like there maybe. Now actually I haven't tried this, and I might break the machine now, so why not try that. Well, that's it works, but it's not much faster, is it? No, not really. And you can actually overload these machines and they'll actually stop working completely, which is quite interesting. But yeah, another diamond made, already more than halfway through the next. So play around with this, make a couple next to each other. They're quite compact to make. So if you have a couple underground, you can make diamonds at an insane rate. You can make probably a diamond a second if you have a couple of these next to each other. So that's pretty nice. Let me know if you want to see any other tutorials, if you saw something somewhere that looked too complicated and you just want to have it sort of explained. I do try to sort of give you an overall good view of how it works and why it works. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.